In this session, I want to talk to you about retracement levels. Now, it's very important for you to understand that markets have a tendency to move in approximately 50% retracements. Now, as we were talking earlier, we talked about support lines, and we talked about resistance lines, and we talked about trends. Now, you'll notice that on a trend, a short-term trend, a mid-term trend, and a long-term trend, that markets have a tendency to make 50% retracements. Now, if you were to grab a piece of paper and a pencil and say, okay, draw me a chart, everyone would probably draw, just out of habit, you'd draw something that looked like this. Just because you've been trained to know that markets retrace when they make movements. So that's a downtrend market. And if you were to have drawn that with a piece of paper and pencil, you'd have probably drawn a chart just like that. Instinctively, you know that markets have a tendency to retrace before they drop down again. Then they retrace, drop down again, retrace, drop down again. That's exactly what we're looking at here. Now, if you'll notice, we'll grab this little tool here, which is our 50% tool. And if we draw a line down, you'll notice that the market came down off of our resistance area, down to our support level, and had a little area of support right in here. See where it bounced off that support level 3 times? And then retraced back to the 50% level. And then off of that one, watch this. We come down here, and we reposition this ceiling, or our resistance level, and we put it down to the bottom of this move. And you'll notice that the market came down off of there, hit our area, this area of support, and when it bounced back up, it went back up 50% of the last move. And then it's done that again. Now let's put this over here to this move and reposition our tool, and you'll see here it did it again. It dropped down, and when it retraced, it went back 50%. And we go down to the next one, and we bring it to the bottom, and you see it came down off the top of that, hit the bottom area of support, and bounced back up 50%. And then we can look and watch, where would you think that if this was going to retrace, where would it go to? See, now you can start trying to predict market direction. Where is that market going to go to? It's come down off of here. It should retrace back up 50%, right? Okay, now I want you to go through and I want you to look at 50 charts. And I want you to look at these retracement levels and do that everywhere. You'll notice how uncanny it is that it happens a lot. Now, it doesn't only happen in small moves like this. Let's look at a larger chart. Let's look at soybean meal. Now look at this retracement. Now this is a much longer retracement, and we also see that markets will have a tendency to move in 50% waves, even in a longer trend. Now this is about 9 months long, and you're seeing a retracement back to the 50% level. Now again, I want you to go through and I want you to look at 50 charts on your own, and I want you to look for this retracement. And we'll go one more level. Let's look at oats, and I want to look at, on oats, I want to look at a monthly chart. I even look on monthly charts. This is back, if we count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. And you'll see on long-term charts, we even see a 50%. Now this one's gone back even further than 50%, but we see a retracement. It has a tendency to go back 50% of the last major move. Now, every time you look at a market, you need to always keep this in mind. Markets have a tendency to retrace half of the last major move.